Hi guys, it's Dr. Steve, and today's lesson is about incorporating canned JavaScript that you can find in a number of JavaScript libraries into your web page. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab a file over here from dynamicdrive.com, and I'm going to show you how to do this. Actually, we're going to try maybe three different ones, and then I'm going to incorporate it into a file that I just downloaded off the ZBooks page. The site, I think it was lesson 4, the one about Depeche Mode, and it's one of the labs there. And you can grab that as well. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we can do. So here's the Depeche Mode one, and then there's the code here. And I'm going to go over to, I'm going to go over here and pick up the file I need. Where is that file? Where is it? Yeah, this one here. I'm going to go pick up the file I need, and I'm going to grab this stuff. I'm going to do the Ken Burns slideshow. You guys know Ken Burns, he's a historian. He's a very good documentary filmmaker. Okay, you get the look of it here. You see how kind of zooms and pans. Okay, so one of the nice things I like about Dynamic Drive is that the directions are all very clear here. Select all, grab this, grab that, put this in there, and you're kind of ready to go. So let's give it a try here. So simply add the code inside the head section. So I'm going to select this all, Control C, and now I'm going to come over to my Notepad++ file, and I'm going to paste it in. A lot of stuff I don't really know. That's okay. We'll come back to it later. I'm going to save it. Oops, where's my cursor? Now I also have to grab these files here. Okay, so I'm just going to right-click and save as. I created a folder here called JS borrow, and we're going to save it just as it is. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one over here, the style. Save it just as it is. And even this, little GIF here, I'm going to save this image as it is. That same folder. Okay, I have done that. And now I have to add this small little thing here wherever I want this thing to show. And I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to put it in my Notepad++ file at the very end of the main. So it's adding a div with an ID called Ken Burns slideshow. Come over here. And let's see what we got. Well, I want to see if this thing shows up. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Where is this baby? Okay, here it is. Here, you see where I've added this stuff. I know what thing we did not do is we did not grab the images. That's what we didn't do. So let's go do that. Okay, see the images going here in the example. I'm going to just right-click and save each of them. I think there are 4. And once I do that, we should be just fine. And there we go. Now we have the images. Sorry, it wasn't 4, it's 5. Okay, so we can see this works. I had to save those images. I just saved them into the directory with everything else, because that's how the code worked. Okay, pretty easy, right? Okay, let's add in one more. Let's add one more and see what happens, okay? It's a common thing that you'll see, I'm sure, when you've gone and you've been browsing sites. When you go to try to use the back arrow, right? Use the back arrow, and suddenly you get a pop-up, and it says, you subscribe to this email or whatever. You're sure you want to leave, that kind of thing. So what it's doing is it's tracking the mouse movements, and then it's popping up something. So let's see if we can. It's kind of annoying, I know, but let's see if we can do it anyway. Let's see if we can just add another script to it. Let's see what happens. Okay, and there's the one right here. You see intent. Let's download that and see where it goes. And again, I like the scripts on Dynamic Drive because the directions are right there. All the resources are there. There are comments within the scripts. There are comments outside the scripts in the web page. This one here just says select all. So I'm just going to follow these. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, so it basically said to select this text and to stick it inside here and stick it inside the head. So let's do that. And okay, you can see right up here, I've copied and pasted it right after the other script. So there's the Ken Burns one, and now there's this one here on the intent, exit intent. The directions say I need to download these 2 files, and I'm going to download, sorry, wrong direction, you see those 2 over there? I'm going to download those 2, and then we'll do the next step after that. Okay, this last part, I save those files. The last part says to copy this part, this script right here, and stick it anywhere. It's going to be invisible for the most part until it's triggered. I'm going to stick it at the very end of my main section. Where's that at? Here we go. The main section down here. So I'm going to do that. And now let's see if it works. Wow! Look at that. Yeah, it did. It worked really well. Just hold on. Just 1 second. Well, let's make sure. Let's make that. I'm going to change that so you can see that it is indeed the file that I have here. Okay, I changed the first part, the heading there. It says, "Hey, where do you think you're going, brother?" But notice that now my images are not working. That zoom and pan part is not working, and this is often a problem with JavaScripts like this, especially. Depending upon the order you put them in, they might conflict with one another. So you already know the other script, the Ken Burns thing worked, but now it doesn't work because there's a conflict with this exit intent script. So you have to be careful when you're borrowing scripts like this to make sure that they don't conflict with one another. You may not be able to have them on the same page. Okay, cool. Let's try one more. Okay, now I flashed over here to this scroller menu. So here's one here. It's called a fading scroller. Fading scrollers are actually pretty common. You can take this kind of thing and put it on the side. It could be in a side or at the bottom of your page or any place. It's a place that kind of, it's not real obtrusive, but it can kind of catch your user's attention, and it could be an update, that kind of thing, whatever, of your site. It's nice, and usually it works very well. Let's see if we can add this one now, okay? Again, I'm going to follow the directions pretty much and do as they say. Okay, so what I've done here is I've grabbed that scroller and I've put it at the, again, at the very bottom, just before the footer, and let's see what it looks like. And here's our page again. You'll see that, yes, the scroller does show up. You see it right down here at the bottom. And now, this is not particularly great placement, but when you design your page, you can place it a little bit nicer. You can resize it. Let's take a look at some of the settings that we can do for as far as maybe the color or the shape of the box, that sort of thing, okay? Let's go back to the code. Okay, you see here, now I have, this is the beginning of the scroller code. Note, by the way, that I've left all the comments in. You should always leave comments in give people credit for what they've done. You know, one of the things they always put here, and this is a really good note, is it says no need to edit beyond this line, which means all the different things you want to change should be done above it. All right, let's see what we got here. What do we have? Okay, I see the code here. Here's the content. There's F content. Looks like it's an array of 3 lines, 0, 1, 2. I noticed what they've done, because this is a JavaScript, to get that apostrophe, they've had to do a little bit of a break here. So that's a backward slash that allows the apostrophe to not be interpreted as anything else other than an apostrophe. Now we have the delay, we have maximum step delay, the color, oh, okay. Red, green, blue. There's a new array, then color, red, green, blue. So it's like another color. You don't like red, what would you like? Yellow. Okay, let's change it to yellow. And we'll change it to yellow over here. And I'll change some words around here. Not the more zone, we'll call it the Moonlight site has been updated. All right, let me see, that looks good. I saved it. Let's see how it looks. Okay, well, yeah, we have our change. It looks okay. The Moonlight site shows up information. Oh, we didn't change that box. Let me see if we can change that box. Okay, and here you can see now I just changed that variable width to 650, so you can see it's almost the same as the box that's supposed to contain the Kim Burns images that are not showing because it conflicts. In any case, you can see you can borrow these scripts, use them, modify them to your own liking, and it kind of adds a nice little, pizzazz to your site, or can. Now, you don't have to understand all this stuff. We're going to study more of this stuff as we go ahead in the next couple chapters on JavaScript. The first chapter on the JavaScript one just deals mostly with how JavaScript works, understanding the language, which is not that different from other languages you've studied, I'm sure. And then the other one deals with JavaScript in the web browser and how we can use it to modify elements of the browser. So that's very cool. Okay, well, I think that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed. Please try this, use this. It's very, very cool. Aloha.